Last time I think I was more going to showrooms and looking in local papers, whereas this time it was, for me, it was mainly on the internet.
The internet saves a tremendous amount of time. In the past I used to have to trawl around all the different sort of showrooms looking for cars, and the car may not be in at the showroom, or you'd have to book an appointment to go and see it, whereas the internet, I can get it up on the screen within seconds.
So it probably is quicker actually, than it used to be. I think people used to, I guess they only had the brochures to go on, didn't they? So they'd probably come in, pick up a brochure, take it home, read it, and study it, and then maybe come in for a test drive, and then maybe come in again for a third time, whereas people will come in fairly well sort of, stocked up with information, and I think the buying process is quicker, yeah.
7 years ago, well, when I started in the industry, there was a lot of flow of people coming in to the dealership compared to what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays we see less foot traffic through the door because there's more mediums for people to actually research the products. There's very informative manufacturer websites, there's impartial websites like Which that you can research exactly what you want, do comparisons.
I think the web gives you some ideas, it broadens your horizon, gives you some ideas of things you haven't actually thought about.
Sure. Well, I know that Auto Trader, if you put in for a new car of a specific type, it will say, well, why don't you think of these?
Just decided all of a sudden, I was thinking, I can't get the Mercedes I want, this is driving me mad. Why don't I just see what else is out there? Went on, found this car, and by 9 o'clock the next morning, garage had opened at 8, seen it, taken it for a test drive and paid a deposit on it. I was made up with it and I've never looked back.
I think if you haven't made up your mind what car you want, then the internet will help you with that, and pretty much comes into its own in helping you to make a decision.
But it's an interesting question, and I'll certainly probably put it to customers now, and say, how do you search for it, just as an open question, and what did you actually put into the search engine to get to us? Because I've never really thought about it before, to be honest.
Okay, just when I go onto the internet, I just put on the type of car I'm looking for, whether it's 4 doors, sort of like the average miles per gallons that I'll get.
When I bought my last car, I went into Google and typed in best small car.
It gives me information. I can go on the website, I can have a look and check, and then go in armed with ammunition to ask the people in the showroom questions that I already know the answer, find out whether he's any good, and find out whether he's a con man or not.
Okay. I mean, it could be the case where you go into a showroom and you happen to know more about that particular model than the bloody salesman.
It gives you confidence to say, are you sure about that?
Right, okay.
Yeah, because you've already done some of the checking.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power, I think. The more you know about a car, the more you know what you want. You've got one up on them, if you like, so they can't sort of skip round what they're looking for.
But now, even though he is still with me, he's not the man going in doing the buying. I am, because although initially they always talk to the man, like the woman doesn't know, and but then it swaps over because they know I'm the one with all the knowledge, because my husband, although he knows, like I said before, how many revs per minute or something, which I wouldn't know, I know all the extras.
When I went in to get the car into both dealers, because I went to 2, I went in with a clear mind. I don't like being made to feel like I'm a stupid girl and I don't have a clue about what I'm talking about, and I don't like to feel like I'm a little bit naive about it, or I like to have the confidence that the internet gave me with the research.
By that time, people, they're not silly, they know people have investigated it. Not very many people, I think, wouldn't look into whether they're buying the old-fashioned magazines or looking on the internet.
It's just the product knowledge in the internet is getting more and more bigger, more advanced. So it's just, as I said, the consumer know what they want, coming in, we have to just deal with it and be one step ahead of them.
I see this now as losing the car salesman title as such, and you're more an ambassador for us, Honda, where people, it's not about coming in just selling the car and leaving, it's about coming in, selling the first car, which is the initial step, but then taking care of their servicing needs, their bodywork needs, any accessory needs they have. So when they come in, half the job's done for you, because they pretty much know the colour, the model, and the kind of gearbox that they want. It just makes life so much easier.
Once I'm in that car showroom, you've practically sold me that car.
It's quite a snazzy website, and you can, as you say, do a 360 thing. Go right inside the car, seats down, seats up. The dashboard view, the one with the for Saphira for the centre windows and on top of the roof and stuff. It's quite nice. It makes you want to touch you to buy it, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. If we did, we'd have better success on it. We don't tend to. We have no monitoring of where the customers, how they're searching for us. We've tried different bits to add to it to make it, the searching to be easier. But it's hard for us to judge where they're coming from and how they're getting to us.
I always feel there's always more we could do to market our services and products to the customers, but what gets put forwards to us is very minimal. We have sort of the Auto Trader online and newspapers trying to do online advertising, and obviously our own website and pop-up banners you can have to go over other people's sites, but there doesn't seem, unless I'm missing something, to be that many other real options